You're watching India Ahead.
You will hardly believe your ears that this is happening. There are schools in Tamil Nadu where children are made to wear wristbands of different colors depending on their caste. The different colors being used are red, yellow, green and orange. A red band, for example, means you're from an oppressed caste. Children are also wearing rings and tilaks on their forehead to serve as caste markers. If this is bad, listen to this. The State Education Minister, K.A. Sengotayan, has announced that this tradition, he's calling it a tradition, will continue. In fact, he's overturned a Directorate of School Education circular of the 31st of July banning these caste markers. Why is the Tamil Nadu government promoting casteism? And why are many parents also forcing schools to have these caste markers? This is our big debate tonight. This is India Ahead at 9. I'm Jujhar Singh. Let's first hear what the Tamil Nadu Education Minister has to say about caste markers on school children. We begin our debate in 30 seconds.
முனைவர் இளங்கோவன் அவர்கள் முனைவர் விஜயன் அவர்கள் ஒருங்கிணைந்து இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி இன்றைக்கு ஏற்பாடு செய்து நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து கொள்கிற நல்ல வாய்ப்பை உருவாக்கி இருக்கிறார்கள். முதலில் அவர்களுக்கு நான் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். 27ஆம் தேதியிலிருந்து 4 நாட்கள் தொடர்ந்து சாரணியர் இந்த இயக்கத்தை சார்ந்தவர்கள் ஏறத்தாழ 4000 பேர்களை ஒருங்கிணைத்து 22 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு பிறகு இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி இங்கே நடைபெற இருக்கிறது சென்னை மாநகரத்தில்.
Let's begin our big debate tonight. Mr. Muralidharan, political analyst, he's also associated with the AIADMK, joining us from Chennai. Mr. Sarvana, national spokesperson, DMK, also joining us from Chennai. Mr. Sridhar, spiritualist, is in Hyderabad. And Dr. Kaushal Pawar, activist for Dalit Affairs, she joins me here in the studio. Mr. Muralidharan, several schools in Tamil Nadu are forcing school children to wear wristbands to identify their caste. How are you allowing this? How is the government of Tamil Nadu allowing this? This is absolutely shocking.
Jujar, I keep telling you, there are a set of people who want to misinterpret what's happening in Tamil Nadu. Point number 1, okay, nobody is forcing anybody to wear wristbands. But the students on their own will have been wearing this wristband. If you go back to the circular, read that circular of 31/7. Please read it in detail. I would expect you to, if you can, read it loud also. It says there is a section of people who've been wearing these caste-based bands, which is nothing but associating themselves with some political party. This is detrimental. This should be removed. Now, this is where the contention started. Immediately, Mr. H. Raja of BJP jumped the gun and said, no, this should not be done. Because
No.
what he thought.
Mr. Muralidharan, one second. Mr. Muralidharan, we've got the circular with us, by the way, and I reject your arguments on 2 grounds over there. Number 1, you are very conveniently blaming it on little school children. School children are wearing caste bands. What are the teachers doing? What are the principals doing? What is your government doing about it? Don't blame poor little children about this.
Exactly. The circular was brought out to curtail this.
This is very wrong. Blaming school children now. Yeah.
Yes. This circular was brought in to curtail that. Before this could be done, immediately we had political parties jumped into the fray, politicized the whole thing. Mr. S. Raja said, no, they will start asking us to remove our sacred thread and we're wearing vibhuti on your forehead. Then there are Muslim parties who came back and said, you will ask us to remove our burqa and
Mr. Muralidharan, I will address that in a few minutes.
No.
1 second. You raised the BJP
this.
senior leader H. Raja about that. I know about that. But let me tell you something. Forget what Mr. Raja said. I'll come to that in a minute. Your own Directorate of School Education circular of the 31st of July has ordered local authorities to identify the schools where caste marker wristbands are being worn by children and to take severe action against the schools. Meaning it is happening. Don't deny it. Don't blame it on the students, Mr. Muralidharan.
I'm not denying it. I'm accepting what you're saying. Circular was passed to stop this. Now the people from BJP and the others like DMK who jumped into the fray and
education minister
communalized
just said, we will not stop it. It's a tradition. Let it continue.
Not at all. Listen,
he wants children to be identified by caste.
Vijay, this is a very sensitive issue. Imagine Hindus coming from one side saying that we
We've
need
got
to
his
wear our
soundbite,
thread.
Mr. Muralidharan. I know what I'm
No.
talking about. We've got your minister's soundbite.
Yes, he
You
says
want me
the
to
same
play it
thing.
out for you?
He was very smart to accept. Yes, this circular has come out without my knowledge. I will look into it. There ends the matter. But the media and the political community decided to politicize it. Now they are coming and saying, now tomorrow, if there's some communal riots in Tamil Nadu because of this trivial issue, what will happen?
Mr.
These are only
Muralidharan, you're
very
very
few.
wrong.
Please read
Mr.
it.
Muralidharan, Mr.
Please
Muralidharan,
read it.
let the viewers of Tamil Nadu, let the viewers
They
of India
all
know
know.
what the facts are. I've got my facts. You can't
No.
try and fool me, Mr. Muralidharan. I'm
Not
holding
at
the
all.
fact on my phone over here.
Is there
Hold on,
not
let
at
me
all?
just
I
read
have
it
the
out to you.
circular with me
I'll tell you
also.
what the State Education Minister of Tamil Nadu said. Mr.
He said-
Muralidharan, give me 10 seconds. Everybody should
Yes.
listen to this.
Yes.
The State Education Minister of Tamil Nadu says, oh, it did not come to my notice, and so I ask all educational officials not to implement the recent circular. Whatever practice exists in Tamil Nadu shall continue the way it is.
Yes.
It shall
but he was
continue the
not-
way it is.
Listen.
We are following the footsteps of Periyar, Anna, MGR, Amma Jayalalitha.
Exactly. That's the problem. The problem, what he said
You're
is...
caught. You're
No, he
caught.
said, we will
Mr.
continue.
Muralidharan, you're caught. Mr.
Listen.
Sarvanan from the
no,
DMK.
listen. We will continue with
Yeah.
the existing practice. He did not...
Yes.
He wanted to actually counter Mr. Raja and tell him, this is not against your sacred thread or the vibhuti or the skull cap or the burqa. That's what exactly we meant. And you guys decided to blow it up. What can he do?
Mr. Muralidharan, you are being very clever over here, but you can't
Not
be
at
too
all.
clever with us. Let me just say it very clearly. All right, your minister said, your governor said you will continue with caste wristbands for school children where they're happening.
No.
You tell me one thing.
No.
A
No,
lower
he did
caste
not mean
person
that.
has to wear a red wristband. How will the child feel?
Not at all.
How will he
He
grow
did
up
not-
feeling?
Not at all, Jujay.
That I'm
He
a
did
low
not mean
caste
that.
boy?
What he said
Yeah.
for Mr. Raja's argument, he thought it's
And
a
what
sacred
about an
thread
upper
and
caste
the
boy or
vibhuti.
girl?
He said no.
Who's wearing a different color wristband? What will they
No,
feel? They will be
this
made
was-
to
this
feel
was-
special. So when they grow up after
No,
that,
not
they
at
will
all.
continue caste discrimination.
A caste
Yes.
discrimination
Then
has
ban
been
it.
turned upside down
Then ban
into
it.
a religious
Then
discrimination.
ban it, don't
That is
defend
the
it.
politics here.
Just ban it.
This is a very secular government. It has banned the practice. It is the people of other political party are communalizing it. For example,
This is
BJP
not secular,
and
it's
number
casteist.
2 is DMK.
Miss-
They are communalizing it.
Mr.
You should ask
Sarvanan
them
from the
to shut up.
DMK.
You should ask them to shut up. They are the ones who are
Yeah.
politicizing a
Jujai.
trivial issue which happened only in few schools.
Mr.
not
Sarvanan
all
from the
schools.
DMK, what is the reality over here? The
Yeah.
AIDMK saying
Yeah.
you guys are playing politics here.
Yeah.
They are.
No. See, when this issue came into the limelight, that the students of some schools are wearing this caste bands and other identifications to ensure that they are identified that they belong to the particular community or the particular caste. It is the school education, higher education department which came up with the GO. What our party has got to do with that? Then it was fine. The GO was
Your
there.
party is
And
politicizing
when
it. That's the problem.
the BJP leaders opposed to this, the ADMK minister comes and says, this GO has been issued without my knowledge. And our minister, ex-minister Mr. Thangam Tennarasu, who was a higher education minister, clarified that no GO can go on without the knowledge of the minister. The problem is only this: why the ADMK government is unwilling to take a stand which is contrary or which is unpleasant to the BJP leaders. This is the education department took a right decision. Our leader Madam Kanimoli said about that. That is the problem. And who is going to be affected by these flip-flops?
remove the burqa
Even
and
now
the sacred
there
text,
is
Mr.
no
Saravanan?
clarity as
Will
to
you remove the burqa
what
and
is
the
the
sacred
what
text,
is
Mr.
the
Saravanan?
problem here.
Let me
There is
ask
no
in your
clarity.
language which
And
you understand.
the
Because 2
stop.
days
Will you
back
stop
on
it?
national
Will you stop
television,
it? Will you
you
stop
said
it when I'm
Kashmir
speaking?
is
Will you
not
stop it?
integral
One
part
at a
of
time,
India.
one
Will you
at a
stop
time,
it?
Mr.
Will you
Muralidharan.
stop it?
You had your
Will you
chance.
stop
Let
it?
Mr. Sarvanan talk because we can't hear both of you together. This is
Yeah.
please go
Yeah.
ahead. Okay,
Yes.
one second.
Yes.
डॉक्टर
So-
कौशल
so
पवार
when
आप
this
दलित
is not
लोगों
the
के
fault,
लिए
the problem is
एक्टिविस्ट
this.
हैं ये बताइए डॉक्टर
The
कौशल
higher
पवार
education GO is very
हमें जो
clear.
रिपोर्ट्स
It
पढ़े
does
हैं
not
उनके
speak to- it does not
अनुसार
bring in
उनके
religion
अनुसार
there.
ये जो तमिलनाडु में स्कूल्स हैं इनमें ये जो कास्ट के रिस्ट बैंड्स पहनते हैं इसके इसके तहत स्पोर्ट्स टीम सिलेक्शन में फर्क पड़ता है, जब क्लास में असेंबली होती है उसमें कुछ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है, जब लंच ब्रेक्स होता है उसमें भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है। आपने क्या सुनना है, क्या हो रहा है वहां? ये रिस्ट बैंड्स का कैसे दुरुपयोग हो रहा है?
देखिए, ये एक सरासर एक ऐसी मानसिकता को दिखा रहा है जो नहीं चाहते कि बच्चे आगे आएं। मुझे शेमफुल एक्ट लग रहा था अभी जो इनके जो पॉलिटिकल एनालिटिकल जो बोल रहे थे कि बच्चों के, मुरलीधरन जी, मुझे मतलब ये कहने में शर्म आ रही है कि आप एक जिम्मेदार होते हुए आप उनको बच्चों की बात कह के टालना चाहते हैं। आप सोच के देखिए, जिन बच्चों के साथ, सुनिए सर, जिन बच्चों के साथ आप इस तरीके का व्यवहार करते हैं, जिन बच्चों के साथ आप ऐसे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करते हैं, आप सोच के देखिए उनके बाल मन पे कितना प्रभाव पड़ता होगा, उनकी मानसिकता, वो कैसे नागरिक बनेंगे, आप सोच के देखिए कितनी भयानक, कितनी मतलब डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी, साफ साफ जिस चीज को हम पीछे छोड़ के आ चुके हैं उसी में आप बाकायदा सर्कुलेशन जारी करके बाकायदा उनके साथ ये प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं। ये शेमफुल एक्ट है। ये सिर्फ न सिर्फ आपके तमिलनाडु की, बल्कि ये पूरे इंडिया के लिए शेमफुल है। आप सिर्फ बच्चों की बात कर रहे हैं, आप सोच के देखिए वही बच्चे क्या ऐसे कैसे नागरिक बन पाएंगे।
बिल्कुल, आपने बहुत बढ़िया बोला, यही मेरा पॉइंट है।
वो विजडम कहां से आएगा अगर आप बच्चों के साथ ऐसे बिहेव करते हैं?
One second, Mr. Sridhar, Mr. Sridhar,
इसके लिए तो आपको पूरी भारत की दलित आबादी से, जनता से माफी मांगनी चाहिए। बल्कि मैं उम्मीद कर रही हूं कि शायद आप अपनी गलती को सुधारेंगे। आप उसी को डिफेंड कर रहे हैं।
मैडम सुनिए, ये जो
One second, Mr. Muradharan, I'm coming to you.
आप सुनिए,
Mr. Muradharan, एक सेकंड, Mr. Muradharan, I will come.
देखिए इसका क्या प्रभाव जाएगा इन लाइव्स पे।
Mr. Muradharan, I will come back to you in 1 minute. First, Mr. Sridhar, I was reading social activist, engineer, Evidence Kader, his name is. He says that in many government schools in Tamil Nadu, the lower caste children are asked to bring their own plates for lunch.
और आपको कितने एविडेंस चाहिए? कितने एविडेंस आपको चाहिए मुरलीधरन?
मिस्टर श्रीधरन, एक सेकंड, उनको भी बोलने दीजिए, उनको भी बोलने दीजिए। मिस्टर श्रीधरन, bring your own plates if you're a lower caste. What do you say to that, Mr. Sridhar?
See, first of all, under Article 17, any form of untouchability has been already abolished. That is one. That is a constitutional right for any downtrodden community.
Yeah.
And in view of
Article 15, yes.
17 has abolished the untouchability. So, any practice amounts to a constitutional violation. That is one part. Now, we have to have a finer distinction between two aspects. Aspect number one is having the wristbands. Who is doing that? Whether there was any force or not is the first point. Second point comes to light is that if anybody has exercised force, that is illegal. But both things, that wearing caste marks and wearing other threads cannot be put in equal footing with that of a forced wristband.
Exactly.
That distinction should be very clearly maintained. Or else, as rightly said by Mr. Muralidharan, both things cannot be mixed up. That is the reason Sengotian has withdrawn, because it is a unilateral circular issued. Suppose tomorrow a activist from a Christian missionary.
One second. Yeah. Let me get a clarification over here. 1 second, Mr. Sridhar.
Yeah.
You see, you're talking about the second problem here, that there are many children in Tamil Nadu schools and universities also who are wearing tilaks on their forehead or rings in their fingers as caste markers. Now, the AIADMK is saying that let that continue. Senior BJP leader H. Raja, he's also supported that. He's put out a tweet. One second, I'll come to you. Mr. H. Raja of the BJP's put out a tweet. Let's just show that tweet to our viewers also. He is saying, how can you ban Hindu symbols? Mr. Sridhar, my question to you is that
He has not read the circular properly.
Mr. Muralidharan, my question is simple.
Yes.
If as a Hindu I wear a tilak, there is nothing wrong with it, right?
Yes.
But my question is that if you wear a ring or a tilak just as a caste marker to show that I'm to an upper caste, that kind of thing, then that's wrong.
Wait,
that is one thing. My friend, Mr. Jawad, that is one thing. I am belonging to upper caste is one thing. Forcing the downtrodden to wear The
That's
banned
criminal.
with forced manner is another thing. The two distinctions has to be brought in. Somebody
one
is
minute.
displaying, suppose a Brahmin is there, he
मुझे-
wears a
मुझे एक बात अभी
tilak.
तक
Can
समझ नहीं
any
आई।
person
जिसकी जरूरत
force
क्या
that
है?
he should not
क्या
wear a
स्कूल
tilak?
एजुकेशन
minute.
सिस्टम में इंस्टीट्यूट में आप
When he
इनकी
goes to
जरूरत
school,
पड़ेगी?
it is because of the British
एक minute.
have come here and because of Christian missionary activity, and many of the Dalit leaders have converted them into Christianity. These type of activities are going on. Maybe if there is a force, then it is wrong.
Mr.
Vijay, one
Muralidharan,
minute.
Mr.
Vijay, one
Muralidharan,
minute.
let me say something very clearly over here, okay?
yeah.
The BJP's H. Raja says that Christian children are allowed to wear a cross, Muslim girls are allowed to wear veils. Why not that Hindu children also can wear, say, a tilak? And
No,
I
no,
believe
no.
he's right. But
Jaja-
I think, but listen to me, listen to me. But if they are wearing tilaks and rings, not for religious reasons, but to just show that I'm upper caste, then it's wrong. That's what I'm saying, number one. Number
Nobody
two,
disputing that.
why the lower caste children being made to wear wristbands, red wristbands, etc. to show that they're lower caste?
Not at all.
And
Not-
why are you
Vijay,
allowing that?
Vijay, this is the problem, the misinterpretation of the entire thing. Let me clarify one by one. First to the madam. Madam, it's not सिर्फ दलित लोग नहीं है, दूसरा कास्ट लोग भी उनका अपना जो बैंड है, उनका पॉलिटिकल एसोसिएशन का बैंड है, वो पहन के आते हैं. उनका गलत नहीं है, उनका माँ बाप करा रहे हैं सब. इसको
क्यों पहनते हैं
क्यों
मिस्टर
पहनते हैं,
मुरलीधरन?
सर?
सर
इसकी
सुनिए,
जरूरत
उनका
क्या है?
माँ बाप
What is
आप
the
मुझे एक
need?
बात बताइए,
Why don't you
इसके
ban it?
अलावा-
How?
इसके अलावा आपके
Let me
पास कोई
put
तरीका नहीं
let
है?
me put it very
Wait.
strongly, Mr.
Let me
Muralidharan.
finish.
आप इसको बिल्कुल मतलब we are
Mr.
standing
Muralidharan,
दीजिए।
let me put it strongly.
मैडम,
I
सुनिए,
use
तुझे
the
let me
phrase,
finish.
how
Wait.
dare, Mr.
Wait,
Muralidharan,
you can
how
jump
dare
and-
schools and the Tamil Nadu
Vijay,
government
listen.
allow
Vijay,
children to wear
listen.
caste bands, even if the
listen.
children are wearing it themselves.
Actually,
How dare
आप
you allow it?
ट्रेडिशन के
Vijay,
नाम पे
listen.
एक
Vijay, listen.
सोशल
मैडम, एक मिनट
सेग्रीगेशन
सुनिए।
करना चाहते हैं
एक
दलित
let me
स्टूडेंट्स
खत्म
के
करने
साथ
दीजिए,
उनको
मैडम।
जवाब
दैट इज द
देने
क्लियर
दीजिए।
एविडेंस
मैडम
जी।
खत्म करने दीजिए. ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जो हो रहा है,
बताइए।
एक तो स्कूल्स में हो रहा है, उसको खत्म करना चाहते हैं. That is why the circular was brought in. Mr. Raja has mentioned without reading the circular. Same thing reaction came from Kanimuli. Even she did not read the circular.
I'm not
The
talking about
problem is
Mr.
they
Raja
try to
now.
communalize
You're
it.
evading the
talking about
question.
it. We are
Why are
करना
children
चाहते
wearing
हैं.
caste
This
markers?
is
practice.
a
Why are they
secular
wearing
state.
caste markers, Mr. Muralidharan? I will
No,
pin you
caste
down. Answer the
Caste mark has been
question.
stopped. That exactly the government wants to stop. What Mr. Radha brought in was about the
No,
religious
your
identification.
education minister says it's a tradition. Let it continue.
He spoke about
Tell the
the
truth.
religious identification.
I know the truth. I've got his sound bite.
No, yes,
Yeah.
the sound bite he says that's why that's been misinterpreted. You people give it to a Tamilian, ask him to listen to it with some sanity. This is the problem. I'm telling you, Kanimoli jumped the gun, Raja jumped the gun without
He
reading the
says
circular.
it's a tradition.
No, that
He says
the
it's a tradition, Mr.
was a
Sarvanan
religious
from the DMK.
identification. He says for the religious identification, it's a tradition.
सर
Whether the
रिलीजियस
tilak or the
आइडेंटिफिकेशन के
skulka.
नाम पे
He does
आप
not talk
बच्चों
about
के साथ
the caste
अगर इस
is
तरीके
We'll
का
have to go
बिहेव
back,
करते
Jujar.
हैं
The
क्या वो
government
रिलीजियस
wants the
एक्टिविटी है
castes to
वैसे
go off, not the religious
One second.
identification.
Mr. Sarvanan from the DMK wants to come in over here. Yes, Mr. Sarvanan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Sarvanan,
Yeah,
what is
we
the
have
truth
to
over
take
here?
note of-
Kanimoli did
Does
not read the
this, is
circular.
the state government
Raja did not
allowing
read the
caste
circular.
marking wristbands or not?
See, they have never allowed. See, it has never been in the practice. Tamil Nadu is the only state where we have abolished caste names behind your caste surnames behind your name.
likewise,
This is
Kashmir
one
is
of the
not part
biggest
of India.
important
That's what he
reforms
said
that has
on
been
national
done
television
by
2
the
days back.
Dravidian
What
parties.
morality does
So,
he have to
what
talk
has hap-
about casteism?
Let him talk.
What has happened
Mr.
is this.
Sarvanan's talking.
No, no, no.
What
This
has-
is objectionable.
what has happened
He's
is
a
this.
man who said
What has
Kashmir
happened?
is not part of
What has
India.
happened is this.
What can he
What
talk
has happened
here?
is this.
What
And
casteism he's talking about?
Mr.
This is- they
Muralidharan,
want-
Mr.
I
Sarvanan
said-
has been hearing patiently.
No, I never said that.
Just
I
let him
never
talk
said that,
now.
Mr. Muralidharan. Don't
He's
distort.
keeping quiet
Like a true
because
Sangi,
they
don't
are
distort. I
communalizing
never
this
said that.
Mr.
I believe
Muralidharan,
that
let
Kashmir
Mr. Sarvanan
is an
talk, please.
integral part of
Same thing,
India.
yes, 2
Don't
days
don't
back
distort.
on another
Don't
channel.
distort. So the problem
You
is
have
this.
no patriotism. You want this country,
See, the
Tamil Nadu,
problem
to
is
become
this.
like Kashmir. This is
No,
the
no, please
agenda.
don't preach.
We will
Don't.
not let
RSS
that
is the
happen.
party which wrote love letters to. No. Let's come to the issue
you
now.
want to
Already
criminalize the
everything
issue.
is clarified.
We will not let
Come
that
to the issue
happen.
now.
You try to do with Kashmir.
No, there's
What
no
you're
Gentlemen, please
provoking
get back
the
to this.
Muslim
You had hand
community,
over here.
saying
Mr. Muralidharan,
that Kashmir
please
is
do
not an
not
integral part of
interrupt.
India.
Mr.
That's wrong.
Sarvanan, tell
You are
us
doing
what
the
is the
right thing.
reality on the
about
ground.
The discrimination of
Yes.
Dalit students.
One second,
Muslims.
Yes,
Mr.
that's what I-
Sarvanan,
let me-
Mr.
let me-
Sarvanan, tell us the
Yes.
reality on the ground of the risk markers.
आप
Mr.
तमिलनाडु
Yes,
Muralidharan's
Jujar,
audio,
yes,
please
Jujar.
can it be
I
put
will
down?
speak that.
Yes,
I-
secular
I'm
Please
state
put
है.
down Mr.
See, that is what I'm
Muralidharan's
saying.
audio,
बकवास
Mr.
यहाँ नहीं होता
Sarvanan.
है. ये
What
सब
is the
यूपी में
reality
होता है,
on the
बिहार
ground,
में होता है.
please?
तमिलनाडु में नहीं होता है ये सब.
Yes, Jujar,
कुछ
allow
नहीं
me to
होता है
speak. Why is that
तमिलनाडु
man
में.
shouting
It's a secular
over and
state.
over?
Miss
Ask that
DMK
man to shut
wants
up for
to
some time
criminalize it.
so that I can say, I can come
Please
counter my,
put the
I can say
audio
my
of
view.
Mr.
Why is he
Muralidharan
shouting?
down. PCR. Yeah. Yeah. Mr.
Yes.
Sarvanan, go ahead now.
Yes.
Yes.
See, Jujar, yes, Jujar. The idea behind the GIVO, the circular issued by the higher education department has to be, it does not speak of any religious identities. It only speaks about caste identities. See, the idea of the higher education department is very, very clear, is crystal clear. The minister agrees to that. But that's what the problem is this. Until and otherwise the BJP comes into the picture, there was no problem. Everybody says yes. Now we don't know what is the actual position. One minister says the old position will continue. This minister has already done 2 flip-flops. So what is the clarity? We want clarity on this. We want the students not to suffer. We have done a great deal on trying to erase caste hierarchy and caste hegemony. Now, in the 21st century, we cannot
Okay,
allow
Mr.
back to go
Muralidharan,
100 years
then
ago.
please clarify
That
the
is the
position.
problem.
You're on air. This is a national channel. We are recording this also. Now, you
Yes.
state what is the position.
The
About
government
caste
is very
mark.
clear.
There are two things here. One is school children wearing caste marker wristbands. And a second separate issue is school children being allowed to wear tilaks and rings to show their caste. Now, there are two different issues. Please clarify once and for all, what is the Tamil Nadu government position on this?
The government stand is very clear. Casteism, discrimination
Yes.
should go. It cannot happen. It's not there in the constitution. It cannot happen. Period. One. Second, religious identity has been always there. That should continue. But the problem here is DMK, who's not in power for last 10 years, they got 38 MPs, again still has no power, wants to
Are you going
criminalize
to
it.
stop the wristbands,
They
the
want
caste
people to
marker
beat each other
wristbands in
and die.
schools which are doing it? Answer my
No.
question.
The government is clear. They don't want discrimination. This caste is the ban. Everything has to go. Government is clear.
Answer
But-
my question. I have a specific question.
Yes.
The wristbands that many children in state schools are wearing in your state, which mark out their caste, the yellow bands, the red bands, the orange bands, etc., will they be stopped? Will you take
Yes.
action against schools that still
Yes.
allow it? Yes, or no?
That will go. Yes, that will go. Jujair, that has to go. That will go. Wait and see what the government is going to come out with. That has to go. We are only talking about elements who are trying to criminalize it. That's what we said. The minister very clearly said, Mr. Raja had not read the circular. He could not say it in that many words. Kanimoli had not read the circular. They jumped the gun. They made it communal. They brought in the burqa, skull cap, the sacred thread and the tilak.
All right. डॉक्टर
Period.
कौशल पवार ये कह रहे हैं कि देखिए जहाँ की जो कास्ट मार्कर के रिस्टबैंड्स हैं वो ये बैन कर देंगे और अभी एक्शन होने वाला है और नंबर 2 जहाँ की रिलीजियस सिंबल्स है जैसे जो तिलक पहनते या रिंग्स रिलीजियस रीजंस के लिए वो कंटिन्यू रह सकते हैं
देखिए मुझे एक बात अभी तक आपके पूरे डिस्कशन में ये समझ नहीं आई
हाँ जी।
कि क्या आपको नहीं लगता ये रिलीजियस सिंबल्स के माध्यम से दलित डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा है
नहीं पर जैसे
students
ये
के
कह
साथ?
रहे कि क्रिश्चियन जो
नहीं
बच्चे
होता है
हैं
मैडम।
वो
वो
क्रॉस
आते
पहन
हैं
सकते हैं
मुस्लिम आ रहे हैं ठीक है
हाँ, मुस्लिम
ठीक है,
वेल पहन
ठीक
सकते
है
हैं।
लेकिन अगर सबसे पहला सवाल तो ये है कि संविधान क्या आपको इसकी इजाजत देता है कि आप रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज के नाम पे आप डिवीजन करें
नहीं पर आपको क्या
upper
लगता है
caste
कि
और lower
क्रिश्चियंस को
caste?
क्रॉस भी नहीं अलाउड होना चाहिए और मुस्लिम गर्ल्स को वेल नहीं पहनना चाहिए स्कूलों में
देखिए मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि
या तो
एजुकेशन
सबके लिए एक होना
मैं
चाहिए।
यही कहना चाहती
हाँ।
थी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट में
हाँ।
इन चीजों की जरूरत ही नहीं है
क्रॉस का भी नहीं
अब
जरूरत
किसी भी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है मुझे लगता है एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट अपने आप में मंदिर है अपने आप में मस्जिद है अपने आप में गुरुद्वारा है अपने आप में चर्च है
Okay, let me
उसको-
then give the
उसको
final
कहते हैं
word. We have
uniform
1 minute
civil
left. Final word on this to Mr. Sridhar. Mr. Sridhar, what do you feel should be done?
First and foremost is banning the caste ban should be done. Second, with regard to religious activity, it is a fundamental right of any religion under Article 25 and 26 to continue that. There cannot be any discrimination on that ground. That is a hard reality which has to be followed. Or else, there is an undercurrent one should understand that another forces are trying to destroy the Indian identity itself under the garb of education.
Mr. Sridhar, I largely agree with you, but I have one question over here, which is that what about those children in schools who are wearing the tilak on their forehead or rings on their fingers, not really for religious purposes, but just because it's an upper caste symbol, because they're showing that they're upper caste. What about that? How do you differentiate between what is purely religious?
For which?
And what is caste is?
See, if it is for caste purpose, if they are displaying, the action should be taken, since the students are minors, action should be taken against the parents under the criminal law.
Exactly.
That's all. That's all. In what way the students can be put into penal?
Will be difficult to know. It'll be difficult to know whether a child is wearing a tilak because he's being casteist or his parents are being casteist or because they're just being religious.
Yes. He will take a defense of religious, and constitutional scheme and fundamental rights under Article 25 and 26 comes to their rescue. So, total blanket banning of tilak and other things will be other religions which want to destroy the Indian religious worships. There is an undercurrent to it. Almost all Dravidian parties are against this religious activity under the garb of their own understanding. That dimension also should be taken.
All right, we've got to wrap it up over here, but I think I broadly agree with Mr. Sridhar over here that where there are caste markers, it must be banned, and I hope Mr. Muralidharan will communicate that to his party as well.
Yes.
But where there are religious symbols, well, I mean, there's a divergent view over here. Dr. Kaushal Pawar feels that all religious symbols, whether they are tilaks or crosses or veils, should be taken out of schools. But I know that's going to be difficult, and there is a right to practice your religion under the Constitution as well. Let's leave that for everybody to ponder about. In the meantime, thank you very much to all our guests for joining us.
You're watching India Ahead.